Halo, selamat pagi semua, bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu. Selamat datang kepada Syspex webinar Towards Zero Accident Together. Pagi ini bentar lagi kita akan mulai karena lebih dari 100 partisipan ya yang akan hadir. Kita nunggu lagi 5 menit atau 10 menit baru kita mulai lagi. Maaf ya semua.
Misi Bapak, boleh bertanya?
Siap. Ya, Pak.
Ini sertifikatnya bisa digunain untuk kerja di telekomunikasi, Bapak.
Ini kok sertifikatnya sebenarnya untuk partisipan untuk hadirin webinar ini.
Berarti ini bukan dari BNSP sama Kemenker.
Bukan, bukan Pak.
Ya, terima kasih Bapak.
Ya, terima kasih.
Maaf Pak, kurang kurang jelas suaranya.
Oh, kurang jelas ya. Ya, bentar lagi kita akan mulai webinar ini. Ya, good morning to all. This webinar will be carried out in English. But if you have any queries, right, in Bahasa, we will answer in Bahasa. Okay. We have with me Sean, the product safety manager, and at the back of it, we are supported by myself, Benjamin, Pak Romdon in Batam, and also Pak Adi from Jakarta. So any question that you have, you can scan the QR code and then send your queries over. Kita akan bisa balas dalam bahasa uh, Indonesia ya. Jadi bentar lagi kita akan mulai. Ada apa-apa pertanyaan lagi sebelum kita mulai? Thank you. Ya, ya. Oke, selamat pagi semua. Welcome to Syspex Safety Webinar 2025. Just sharing what is Syspex. We have regional network HQ-nya di Singapore. We have in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. In Indonesia, we have Surabaya and Jakarta. Not only that, we have a satellite at Cikarang, Bali, Semarang, and this year in Medan. So, before we start atau sebelum kita mulai webinar ini ya, house rules. Mute, mic-nya perlu mute kalau invite untuk pertanyaan untuk Q&A session bisa unmute ya. Terus we encourage participant untuk turn on your camera sebab ini akan foster lebih aman lagi bersama. Dan ketiga, uh, tukar namanya kalau di webinar ini nama dan kalau ada perusahaan, nama perusahaan juga untuk apa itu perkenalan dan bisa scan barcode di apa slide-nya nanti untuk pertanyaan ya. Sebelum ini kalau begitu kita akan mulai webinar ini ya. Kalau ada apa-apa pertanyaan sila scan barcode live dan bertanya. Makasih semua.
Okay, can they have actually have some time for them to scan for the question?
No,
QR code?
because each slide will have the
Okay, sure.
question.
So probably I will actually start. My name here is Sean. We are actually stationed in Singapore. So thank you for coming to the webinar today. Our agenda today to share Sysguard Proxy Alert, Sysguard Global Project, Sysguard McQ, and Sysguard Deep Vision. Okay. So probably before I actually start to share, I wanted to actually thanks for one of our customer that to actually giving us a good testimonial that we actually can showcase to you. Now play the video now.
Saya Firman Yuda dari Kebot. Closure ini membantu kami dalam personal, terutama dalam dari safety. Cek anti collision ini di masing-masing dibawa di personal di tim kami dan dipasang di forklift. Itu bisa di setting jaraknya sesuai dengan kita dan sangat membantu antara forklift dan forklift biar tidak terjadi tabrakan dan individu dan forklift tidak terjadi tabrakan. Anti collision ini sangat membantu dan recommended.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Febrian, Project Engineer dari HM Sampurna TBK Plan Skorju. Kita menggunakan sistem dari Syspex. Yang kita gunakan itu adalah anti-collision, di mana untuk mendeteksi keberadaan driver forklift dan pekerja yang bekerja secara bersamaan. Dengan anti-collision ini, kita bisa memberikan awareness lebih terhadap keberadaan driver ketika driver forklift ini datang, dan juga ketika pekerja ini mendekati forklift. Dengan begitu kita bisa meningkatkan awareness dan meningkatkan keselamatan, meminimalisir resiko terjadinya kecelakaan kerja karena tertabraknya seorang operator terhadap driver forklift. Terima kasih atas solusi yang sudah diberikan Syspex. Sukses selalu.
Okay, thank you. Our customer that actually giving us this feedback. I think you can actually also learn how this testimonial actually works. Next, probably I'll share with you what is actually a proxy alert. Just now, I think one of the customer, both of them are actually using this anti-collision. It's a Sysguard proxy alert for our brand. So how does this actually works? It's actually a detection, giving you an alert and also giving you a action for the driver to actually slow down, and also for if you actually have passengers or even a passerby to actually have a detect on the watch tag, it will actually give you this alert also. So how does this thing work? It's actually an overview for the beacon sensor itself. There's a forklift power input. So for pedestrian, if you actually can see, we can just set from 3 meter, 5 meter, even up to 100 meter eye of sight. So if you're actually having a cut or even a banger or a helmet tag, you can actually have this detection. So just now, if you actually can see some of the video itself, right? When the forklift reverse from the container itself, there is this alert actually beeping. It's actually giving this alert to the pedestrian or even a blind spot. Okay. So how does this thing also works for the blind spot? We have one video. You can actually hear the beeping sound, and the guy pushing in is like a forklift. It actually closed the gate. We interact the gate and the high-speed door. So the high-speed door will close. After which, the forklift, that's been the operator actually walking out. You see the gate is actually closing up before the door open, so that no pedestrian is actually crossing. Then the forklift is actually able to actually operate up. You were able to hear a beeping sound like this. If any live question, you can also. If any live question, you can also actually scan at the barcode here to actually check with us. So I have another application. Is how does this thing works? When the forklift actually approach to the gate, there's a magnet lock here. It will actually lock it. So forklift approaching with with a stationary sensor here, it will actually lock the gate if you actually see from this video itself. Yep. So this is a safety enhancement where a forklift drive through a blind walkway, and we actually install a gate there, so that this gate we can actually even interlock with it. So when the forklift go out of the range itself, the door magnet will actually automatically deactivate, and pedestrian can actually walk through on safety. Yeah. So this is how it actually, for the overview, it look like. For example, for forklift and forklift, both equipment, we talk about any equipment itself, which we install the beacon sensor, it will actually integrate with each other. Okay, so we also can actually install like a stationary light. We also, just now what I actually share with you the video, the gate, we are actually integrating the solution to actually have this enhancement. So we actually put in a way that the safety is not only really the cost, is really saving on the downtime. So much for the policy alert. I share with you another video case study. It's easier for you all to actually understand. So you can actually see when trucks or equipment turning in, we integrate with the safety bollards with the beacon sensor here. So even on top of your bollard itself, we can actually install the sensor through the bollard and to give this alert. Yep, so much for proxy alert. If you guys have any questions, you can always scan the barcode just now, as you mentioned. So much of the direct proxy alert system itself. So I would like to also share this proxy alert itself are able to integrate with traffic junction light system also. So in future, in actual fact, if you actually have any traffic junction, or if you do not have, we can actually also input for you guys that where equipment drive past a blind spot, we can actually integrate with a red light and a green light there. So apart from that, we are able to also integrate with a GoPro project. Later part I will share with you. Meaning, to give you an example, when the forklift or the reach truck coming out from the aisle itself, we will have a warning light to shine on the floor where it's actually coming out. So this is actually one of the safety enhancement. And also for the pedestrian crossings safety system with a gate control. Just now, I think you guys have actually seen the video where the forklift driving, we actually simulate with a person actually pushing a trolley, that the gate is actually open up manually, automatically. Yep. And also, later part I will share with you, it can also able to actually drive from a forklift coming up to the pedestrian area, and giving a projection light on the pedestrian image. So this is some of the pain point that some of our customer actually experience. Probably every 6 months or 1 year, it will actually start to need to actually do a painting on the new ground. And sometimes if your premises is running on 24-hour 3-shift works, you do not have the downtime of it. Yeah. So next, I'll be sharing Sysguard global project. What does this actually is a global project is? Is actually image, is a customized image based on whatever requirement that you have, where we actually can integrate with a lot of sensors. So this is the floor vision. giving you a problem. The problem for this traditional floor marking, you always have this situation that painting the floor is a pain point, and everything we talk about is actually a cost. But apart really from a cost itself, we're talking about the time. How much time do I need to actually wait for the worker to actually do the painting on the ground? A part where we actually just install a GoPro project and we can actually give you a solution using it much more on the dynamic and more visibility. Yep. Share with you this video, like a reach truck coming out from the factory, and you actually can see a stop sign and a forklift area here. So this actually create a safety enhancement for pedestrian that are actually going to cross the road. Yep. So the other one, which is this, where a junction, you can actually see from a forklift approaching itself, it can actually give you a stop sign. I think this really enhanced the safety. You think so, Benjamin?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. So for example, for this enhancement itself, right, a lot I think in the market they actually been using it. Next, probably I will share with you Syspex McQ. This McQ, we call this McQ is a US product, and we call it as a sustainable safety product, or even the safety barrier itself. There is a full white range inside. Okay, it's also yellow in color on the safety color. So how does this thing really compare to conventional? I think most of your customer in Batam or Indonesia side, they have this conventional installation method.
Yeah.
They drill down the ground.
Yeah.
They use anchor bolt to actually anchor it, and it is very, very strong. You agree?
Quite, yeah. Yeah. Strong. Yes.
Yeah. So of course, anchoring bolt is very, very strong if you don't touch it. But why do we actually install a bollard there and we don't want to touch it?
Yeah. That's right.
This bollard is obviously to actually prevent near miss. What do I mean by near miss? As some near miss accident to actually hit onto it. So when the situation actually hit onto it itself, it will actually create a what you call that, a ripping up on the ground itself. Yep. So this is a conventional method of us doing it. For the McQ, we are actually using it unique method way that someone actually okay, yep. Doing a method way that we actually use adhesive method to actually install it. Okay, so this method itself is actually much more stronger. You will not take the integrity of your floor. Meaning to say that today when I actually hit onto the ground itself, you actually have a stronger method to actually feel to hold the bollard. Everyone in the market itself will always share with you or share with them that their bollard is strong.
Yeah.
Does your bollard very strong?
Everybody say yes, right?
Yes. So obviously, I think we are not trying to say that we are selling a good bollard, but we are trying to share with you guys that all the bollard have a unique way of installation method, which is we are using adhesive method. We are not touching the ground. If you have a situation that your bollard keep on turning, do you see it at your customer place?
Always.
So for this itself, of course, the bollard itself can take up impact, but we also need to address how strong and how firm this bollard is actually installed. Yeah. So I share with you one of the bollard flex core type. A video to share with you is much more easier for you to understand. Okay, if you actually can see, apart from all the bollard itself, it can take up very, very good impact. I'm not trying to share with you that because why? All the bollard can take up impact, but the most unique way of McQ itself, it can actually rotate. What do I mean by rotate? You can see from this video. If you can see from this video itself, it rotates and actually pushes your goods away from it, rather than to have actually a direct impact. So if you go for a direct impact, it will actually depends on whether your forklift is stronger, your goods is stronger, or your bola is stronger, or even maybe your floor is stronger or not. So on this aspect itself, we are actually looking into this situation. Of course, talking about bola, we also protect pedestrian. Okay, our pedestrian barrier itself, you can actually see from here how flexibility itself. So for all our bola itself, even the pedestrian barrier itself, we are able to actually have the rotate function to actually divert all the force away. Meaning to say that in the situation today you bang onto my bola itself, we at least have a device, the solution itself to actually rotate the force up. Yeah. So of course, when we protect pedestrian, we protect our bola itself. We also have goalposts to protect our door. Yep, you can see if you actually have a high cold room door or even a roller shutter that every day you need to actually open up and close as a security door. If you have a situation that you damage the door itself, what will happen? You cannot be having an OT and you need to stay over at your warehouse to protect all your premises, right? Yeah. So of course, apart from all the bola, the pedestrian, the door, we also have crash barrier. If you're actually doing automation lines or even at the racking area itself, you want to have a protection, we have crash barrier protection also. Yeah. And we also have the red guard mount in the center of the red guard. If your reach truck always have this situation to actually protect your rack. Okay. And also one of the most interesting shock absorber red guard. I assume that most of the warehouse that you actually visit in Batam side, they will definitely have this red guard in their rack. Am I right to say? But not all the red guard are able to take up impact. Most of the red guard itself, am I right to say that? I saw you have a smoke. Yeah. So of course, all the red guard itself, right? For those racking, almost I think all the racking contractor will have this upright protector for you. But in fact, for this upright, it's very, very dangerous if you actually punctured your upright. It will have the situation or the whole collapse, whole racking collapse down. But for this unique way of our red guard, you can actually see from this video. So you actually can see from this video itself, it can actually hit it and actually rebounds back and actually taking up a certain impact. So this is actually much, much more safer if you actually cater for your inference. If I mean in the situation we have this accident, I should say almost every time we should say an accident is actually a near miss. And I should say safety isn't really a cost factor itself. Downtime is really a cost. If you have a situation, you have an impact and your racking damage, and the downtime to repair your racking, it will actually takes a lot more. Do you agree, Benjamin?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, next, probably I will share with you. Also, we also have this column guard. Installation method is very, very simple. Using a belt type to actually using a tension belt to actually hold it. Yeah. We also have protect for the dot leveler area. Yep, so this is much more for the dot leveler guard. I mean, if you guys have any interest, of course, later part you can actually also scan in to actually get more information from Benjamin or Rome in Batam. Yeah. Next, I'll be sharing you one of the software product. Yeah.
Before we continue, Bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu kalau ada pertanyaan itu di tepi slide-nya ada QR code untuk pertanyaan Q&A, bisa scan dan menanya di sana ya.
Yeah, questions?
I see the questionnaire. There's a QR code that they can scan to ask for questions.
Sure. Later, I'll probably also share again. So, what is deep vision? So, probably I'll just check with you guys. Probably you can also type in in the chat group. Does all your warehouse, your plant have CCTV? Is a question, yeah? Do you have a CCTV in your premises? If yes, maybe you can ask yourself, what does the CCTV really works? Or what is the usage? What is the agenda to actually have a CCTV in your premises? Ben, what do you think?
For sure, it's passive.
Maybe I think some of the
Yeah.
customer always find that it maybe for security purpose. Yeah, and also maybe in the situation, touch wood, if a fire happen, only to actually check back history, and probably the warehouse will already be burned off. I mean, sad to say that that is really truth. But in actual fact, what does this deep vision works? It actually giving you a live warning action. So being before anything happen itself, right? We can actually give you this alert. So how does we really works? Is using this AI using a camera. So long the camera able to actually see what is actually happening, we are able to actually give you the detection that what you want to execute. Okay, so this is a overall architecture of a deep vision. Okay, we have a server input or install on your site in your premises, so that in actual fact, if security firewall issue, you do not need to worry about that. All the video capturing is all deployed inside your premises. Okay, so you will actually have using your existing CCTV, or we can also add in the CCTV to have this detection. Okay, giving you an alert, and it goes whether to a cloud server or to a local server, and based on the action safety requirement that you actually set. So actually, shared so much. What does this deep vision really works? I share with you a short video. We can actually capture, let's say, for example, fire and smoke detection with a real time within a split millisecond. Okay, we can also put in vehicle over speeding action. If someone actually have a vehicle speeding in your plant or in your warehouse itself, right? You can actually receive a live message. Okay, even like we have like pallet obstruction on the pathway below this image here. Like for example, you actually put in, for example, pallets of goods over there, and you are not supposed to put in empty pallet because this will actually have a safety hazard. Okay, and also PPE detection. Someone actually comes into your premises, do not wear a safety helmet or even a safety vest. We can actually give you this alert itself. Okay, just now Benjamin we were sharing. They can actually scan the QR code on
Yes.
the right hand side corner. Yep.
Yes. Ya, kalau ada pertanyaan itu bisa scan live question ya.
Okay, so of course when we do for warehouse, we also can actually implement this system into a manufacturing area. We can actually implement same thing, smoke and fire detection. Just now I mentioned the safety zone monitoring. If someone's supposed to stand down here to actually do work or is actually missing out in action, we can also give you this detection. Some of the misplacement detection of the goods or the pallets itself, we are able to do that. This is much more on production line. Then we also can have the what you call that, implement this system into the container or sorry. Okay, so for outbound and inbound, we can actually also create this action that what you actually want it to do in a way that there's a parking monitoring system. not supposed to park any container. If someone actually park the container, you can actually also receive a live message to give you a heads up. Imagine this is a security guard work job, and he cannot be 24 hours sitting down there, keep on looking at the car park. Am I right to say that, Benjamin? Yeah.
You're
So of course, this camera itself works 24 hours and 360 days, so long your power do not shut down. So it will actually help you to actually save up a lot of your hassle itself. Okay, we have some videos to share with you. What is the example of this PPE compliance detection? You can actually see all the workers here wearing a PPE. There is a number on top, which is the confidence level of the AI of the deep vision itself, right? Giving them that they are actually wearing the PPE. Yeah. This is where just now I mentioned the misplace of pallet detection. We can set probably within 5 minutes if the pallet placed there and the camera is within the zone itself, we can actually give this detection and send it back to the supervisor. Hey, there is a safety hazard, dangerous hazard, empty pallet lying on the floor and in the middle of the walkway. Yeah. Just like I mentioned, smoke detection. This is a live detection in terms of safety. We are taking your existing CCTV to actually have a eye for you to actually have this smoke detection. So in actual fact, before the fire actually start, or I think before the fire rebirth happen now, smoke is I think the initial part. So we can actually detect it and actually have the first time alert for it. Yep, you are still using the CCTV camera.
Oke, ya, Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu, kalau ada pertanyaan ya, bisa apa? Ini lanjutkan pertanyaan seperti kalau forklift avoidance itu apa yang pertanyaannya? Seperti bisa gak dia berhenti, bisa gak dia berikan warning gitu ya? Lebih lanjut lagi untuk pertanyaan yang diberikan ya. Terima kasih. Okay, can continue.
No,
To be more detailed in their when they scan and ask a question, right?
okay.
They more detailed.
I see. No problem. So, of course, just now I mentioned before the smoke detect itself, right, for the fire, we also able to actually detect the real fire. So, in the situation, if a small fire started to burn out, and if you have the benefit of getting it to be ready, to prepare yourself to go there to actually to put out the fire rather than waiting for the fire to start burning up very, very huge. This is one of the way of also using a deep vision to actually really enhance your safety in your premises. Yeah. As I think the era or from 2000 years itself is actually going up into an AI platform. Yeah. So right now, of course, we are also using this deep vision software to actually also help us on our work. So of course, the flexibility of this deep vision itself, you can actually have all the coverage report probably every 6 months or every safety month itself. You can actually pull out the report to actually see how many percentage of it is being violated based on the rules that you have set, like no PPE. At the entrance of the door, if you have no PPE, you need to actually have a report out. This able to actually detect and to calculate on how many has been being violated. Yeah. Of course, is just like I mentioned, 24-hour detection, a wide coverage of the detection, and also the best part, a real-time alert for this, and also the last one that I actually mentioned, there's a dashboard and a data report. So this is a predictive AI that we actually proactive risk as management. So to prevent accident really before it really happens. Yeah. So this is how an overview of a SysGuard division look like. Like I think some of the plotting of the aerials and also the warehouse, we have zoning effect. Yep. So we come with the last slide, which is the overview of what deep vision is. That just now I have actually shared with you guys that the overspeeding vehicles, worker present at station, forklift detection, forklift detection, even other than just equipment, also possible to do that. The PPE and the smartphone usage, I think this is the most interesting of my customer actually always use. If someone actually use a smartphone walking around in my warehouse or in my production plant, I want it to be detected. It is also possible. Yep. Also, some of the classification of counting and turning analog gauges to a data. And the last but not least, the fire and smoke detection. Yep. I hope you guys learn a bit, share a bit, and you can have a live question. We will actually start to have our live questionnaire. You can actually scan this barcode. You can actually see from my mouse from here. Yep.
Ya. Sekarang kita udah terakhir presentasi dari Pak Sean ya. Ada pertanyaan, kita bisa unmute mikrofonnya dan tanya live, atau bisa scan live questionnya di QR code-nya. Ya, ada satu pertanyaan itu dari Bu Gina ya. For bolat, what is the lifetime if it is hit frequently? Pertanyaannya gitu, kalau bolatnya dilanggar selalu, berapa lama dia akan pertahanannya?
Okay. To answer you this, honestly speaking, it will be definitely more than one time or two time, or even I can have 10 time. It depends on your impact of your bola. If today, if you actually install a metal bola, I can tell you one hit, it will be good. It will bend, your paint will creep off. But if it is the same impact of our McQ bola itself, definitely it will not be damaged. It will probably just roll off or even have some scratches. That's all.
Okay. If let's say in a lifetime, I mean, it's rarely hit, how long does the lifespan of?
We don't have really a lifespan. I have customer actually use more than 5 years already in the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oke, untuk jawaban Bu Gina itu bolanya gini, dia bertahan apa? Kalau komparasi dengan sekarang itu kalau ditebrak ya, dia akan habis terus perlu diganti. Kalau dengan MQ ini kalau ditebrak dia bisa tahan lagi 2-3 kali, 5 kali, berapa kali gitu. Lihat tebraknya berapa kuat gitu. Dan pertanyaannya lagi satu itu kalau nggak ditebrak itu berapa lama bolanya akan lifetime-nya. Jadi dia kata ada customer sekarang 5 tahun, 6 tahun masih bisa gitu. Saya harap saya bisa udah jawab soalan Bu Gina. Ada apa-apa lagi jawaban pertanyaan?
Any other questions?
Okay. Question from Ilham. How can an AI-powered CCTV system be integrated with data from other sensors or system to create a centralized and automated workplace safety platform?
Who? Okay.
From Pak Ilham.
Okay, Park Ilham. So, for example, for the deep vision itself, we are able to actually give you a input and output signal. So, for example, I give you an example. For example, a PPE. Today, if someone never come in with a PPE attire itself, probably I can actually activate a stop on your production line, or even if let's say, for example, I have using my deep vision software to actually zone out. Let's say, for example, if you have like a conveyor work line, if there's people walking near to it, we can also trigger a signal to actually stop the function or even have a safety warning light there. Yeah. So this is are able to actually integrate with your signal. Probably the system itself, we are giving a dry contact to them, and depends on what type of automation are they actually using it.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I answer you, Pak
Ilham.
Ilham? You
Pak
can.
Ilham, jawaban dari Sean udah diberi, bisa?
Ya, selamat pagi Bapak-Bapak. Jika ada yang mau ditanyakan bisa langsung
Iya,
di-unmute dan bisa ditanya langsung. Terima kasih.
oke, thanks Rob. Ya, Eh, pertanyaan lagi satu itu dari Pak Ardi, Mbak Ardi ya. Can deep vision detect gas leakage?
Good question.
Ya, pertanyaan itu dari Pak Adi itu kalau di Vision itu yang AI bisa apa detect itu gas lepas kan?
The question is from Pa.
Uh, Adi.
Okay, Pak Adi, so long, let's say for example, if naked eyes, if you can see gas leaking, the camera can see it. But we will know that gas is not visible from our eyes. So in actual fact, it will not be able to do that unless there is a sensor that actually like a what do we call that? Like a sense
Sedang.
smell sensor
Baunya.
for gas type of sensor.
Ya.
If the gas sensor trigger anything gas there, it can actually trigger an alert. That is possible to capture this alert. But if using a camera to see whether there is gas leaking, it cannot be because even our naked eyes today, if Benjamin in front of me open up a gas and leak, we cannot see. We only can smell. So that is the point. I don't think this AI, the AI able to detect.
Ya, jawaban dari Pak Sean itu kalau kameranya atau mata kita nggak bisa dilihat, ya nggak bisa didetek gitu. Ya, another question ya
Yep.
dari
Feel free to
Pak
ask question.
Zulkifli ya dari Shimano. Uh, is there a forklift sensor that when detect object, right, straight away can stop or slow down?
Okay. In actual fact, there is this type of system, but in the market itself, right? Because sometimes we actually share with our customer, a vice versa thing. We will actually create another safety hazard. Today, if today I'm driving, I'm the forklift operator. I drive the forklift. A sensor sends someone out of within my range, but my eyes I cannot see it, and my truck suddenly stop. I might have a situation that the goods actually topple, and this actually create another safety hazard. But in any case itself, right, there is this function and there is this application to actually stop the truck. But also we will need to work together with the truck provider whether they can give us this signal or not. Because at the end of the day, we are more on the software side to give you this signal. But to actually really stop the truck, normally we will not do because this actually we will always find that it creating another even a more safe unsafe hazard itself.
Oke, ya. So, Pak Zulkifli, makasih ya pertanyaannya. Tapi ini kita bisa lanjutkan dengan meeting di perusahaan nanti ya, Pak, atas pertanyaan sensor forklift. Yeah, we have another question
Sure.
from Pak Afriadi. I want to ask if a tool or device used for forklift safety is only used at Syspex company. Also, are there any weaknesses or drawback in using the device? Meaning that the tools and used for forklift safety, is it from us only?
Yes.
Or is it generally got other people? And then also, is there what is the weaknesses or drawback with this?
Honestly speaking, right now I do not have any weaknesses. Only the advantage of creating this safety enhancement. Meaning to say that only Syspex now is actually sharing on the proxy alert that if you actually install a proxy alert on your equipment and both equipment comes near to each other, it will give you this alert. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. Harap jawaban dari Sean udah dibalas. Another question ya from Bu Febriati.
Yes.
I'm currently working for MTI company in a warehouse section. My question is, how can we identify hazard before they occur, particularly in a warehouse environment. Thank you very much, Bu.
Thank you, Bu. Good question. We are not a, the system is not a fortune teller that you can actually tell you in advance. I only can tell the system itself can only inform you at the point of time is happening. For example, today, if the CCTV actually captured an image on fire, a smoke. So when we set the deep vision with a smoke image, right? So this will actually create a safety alert straight away sent to the person in charge. So before the fire start to burn down itself, right? Then probably you have a ample time to actually attend to the smoke. But we cannot what should I say that? We cannot predict that there is a smoke going to happen. We can only share with you and give you the information that there is a smoke going to happen. Sorry, there is a smoke creating out, and after this smoke, you actually create a fire.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think what it can be said also is that like how can we prevent or identify hazard before they occur? Can we like have a sidewalk analysis then say, oh yeah, this is a blind spot. It's good to have the proxy
We can
alert.
do that. We can do
Yeah.
that.
Ya Bu, jawabannya kita bisa kalau ada tempat yang kita bisa bikinkan apa site analysis ya, bersama safety kita jalan di sana dan review kalau ada apa-apa yang safety kita bisa avoid, kita bisa beritahu ya Bu. Okay.
Any more questions?
Yes. So Pak Afriadi would like to ask about forklift safety. What is the maximum pressure that the protective equipment can withstand? Meaning the bola,
Okay.
the safety. Are
For
there conditions where the forklift is operating at high speed?
Okay, for instance, normally I will always share with my customer for Bola itself. Just now you see the flex core, it will actually based on the 10 kilometers per hour, and having the impact, it can take up 2005 kilojoules of the force.
About 4.4
Yes.
4 tons.
Correct. So in actual fact, if your forklift is driving even much more faster, so probably you probably need to look into to slow down your forklift already. Yeah.
Ya. Jadi jawabannya gini, bolanya atau barriernya bisa tahan
2005 kilojoule.
2.500 kilojoules atau 4,5 ton gitulah.
About
Ya.
there.
Ya. Tetapi kalau apa forkliftnya terlaju sana itu agaknya kelajuan forkliftnya perlu di apa dimundurkan ya. Pak Abdi, anything to add on?
Hello.
Ya Pak.
Yeah, from my side, actually will like to comment about atau saya pakai bahasa Indonesia saja ya.
Ya,
Lebih
bahasa
gampang.
Indonesia ya Pak. Makasih Pak.
Oke, saya mau komen mengenai pertanyaan dari maaf tadi itu
Atas apa Pak? Pertanyaan apa?
ada yang dia minta forklift lambat atau stop.
Oh ya ya.
Dari Ibu Febrianti ya, Febrianti. Iya. Sorry, bukan. Maaf. Untuk pertanyaan ini, untuk mengidentifikasi bahaya sebelum terjadi, khususnya pada warehouse.
Ya, Bu Fabian.
Ya, Febrianti. Ya,
Ya, Pak.
sebetulnya kita banyak sekali skenario, Ben, untuk
Iya.
warehouse. Jadi nanti kita bisa berikan skenario untuk memberikan warning. Jadi sebetulnya mengidentifikasi bahaya sebelum terjadi itu adalah bentuknya adalah warning. Jadi kalau
Ya,
kita kasih warning, berarti kan kita memberikan batasan atau peringatan sebelum terjadinya bahaya. Jadi itu kita banyak sekali sebetulnya skenarionya. Jadi misalnya kita bisa pakai kubu proyektor. Jadi misalnya ada forklift akan lewat, jadi kita kasih tanda bahaya di lantai. Biasanya di blind spot atau di area warehouse itu kan banyak deep high racking. Aisle, setiap aisle itu bisa kita kasih tanda bahaya bila ada forklift yang mendekat. Jadi itu. Atau kita bisa kasih skenario corner sensor, atau kita bisa kasih skenario beacon alarm. Jadi eh, sangat bisa menurut saya untuk bisa memberikan satu warning. Berarti kan dengan warning itu kita memberikan satu pesan sebelum terjadinya bahaya. Jadi itu penting sekali memang untuk diberikan tanda-tanda seperti itu. Jadi mungkin nanti ini Ben, kita siapkan skenario untuk warehouse, kita kirim ke Ben, Ben bisa lanjutkan ke Ibu Febrianti, skenario apa saja di sana.
Ya, makasih
Tapi
Pak.
ya mungkin sebelumnya juga bisa diberikan dari Ibu Febrianti, oh bentuk warehouse-nya seperti apa, apakah mereka pakai high level racking storage, ya, terus aisle-nya seperti apa, atau kalau biasanya kalau lebih tepat lagi kalau kita diberikan satu layout warehouse tersebut. Jadi dari layout warehouse tersebut kita bisa berikan bermacam-macam skenario. Atau sebentar saya bisa prepare skenario yang kita kerjakan di beberapa customer. Tapi saya cari dulu filenya ya sambil dilanjut dulu. You can continue first while I find the example of scenario on the warehouse. I mean, Ben, yeah. Wait moment. You can continue first.
Okay.
Makasih Pak Aldi.
Yeah.
So any other questions, Benjamin, from the chat? One of the A, does the system handle risk just now was? Is it from Maharani, Marani of this one?
How does the system AI system handle risk, bias, and ethical issues? AI
I think
system.
for the AI system itself is basically just probably a share a little bit. It's much more on eye vision or even a system because it's capturing video analytic itself, right? And we actually can set what are the things that you want to handle. For example, handle on risk. If someone actually bend down 90 degree and we do not want to do that, it is also handling risk. We can also capture this situation. Yeah. But for the bias and ethic issue, I will probably need to have. Can you probably give me more? I think more sample or more example.
Situasi, example,
Yes.
contoh,
Yeah.
gitu ya.
We can come back to you on this.
Ya, nanti kita bisa kembali untuk jawaban ini ya, Bu.
Yep.
Ya,
So while Pak Ali is going to share one of the last thing before we end this session. So if you guys have any question, you can still scan the QR code. We are still able to actually take up the question and also revert to you.
ya, apa-apa pertanyaan kalau nggak dijawab dalam masa ini, kita akan ada ambil dia, nanti kita jawab kembali.
Yep. Pak Ali, are you able to find the video?
Wait moment. Give me 5 minutes more. Yeah,
Oh,
wait
okay.
moment. Yeah.
No problem, Pak.
No problem, Pak. I mean, meanwhile, I think on the webinar side, you guys have any questions or doubts, you can actually also on your speaker to actually have a word with us. We are more glad to answer it. Can you talk to me?
Ya, Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu, kalau ada pertanyaan, kita bisa buka mikrofonnya dan tanya lanjut ya. Kita nunggu.
Anyone? No, I think or shy.
Ya udah, none at the moment. we have answered to most of it.
Great. I think
We
while
just wait
wait for
for
Pak Adi to actually share this interesting video. I think because Pak Adi is actually stationed in our Jakarta,
yes.
Indonesia side. So he has implemented a lot of automation and also safety enhancement for our customer. I think some of the video and testimonial just now we actually shared in the webinar itself is mostly is also from Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ya, yang tadi yang diceritakan Pak Son ya, Pak Adi dari Syspex di Jakarta, dia juga leading department automation dengan safety. Kebanyakan safety instalasi di Indonesia uh, di apa itu dia yang lead ya untuk solusi uh, untuk keselamatan K3 gitu dia pertama.
Yeah. Any other thing? Probably I'll get Felice to actually co-share to
Yeah.
Pak Adi also. What is it? Before we quickly want to end this session so that we will not take up their lunch time. It's urgent.
Okay. Bentar lagi, we wait another few more minutes by the one to let Pak Adi.
Joe, probably do you want me to actually share any? I mean, probably you can share with the crowd. Do they want to actually see the video or which video?
Yeah.
Does you have a AI system for mining?
Bisa?
I think Pak Maharani.
Participant Maharani tanya, do you have a AI system for mining industry?
Depends on what are the requirement that you want. We doesn't actually honestly speaking, for the
Yes.
deep vision itself, right? It's not cater for any individual industry. It's much more for a general. So probably just now you are asking about Marahani itself, right? Marani, yeah. The AI system is actually a very generic platform. So it depends on what you want to have this violation or what do you want this information. So of course we can actually capture the images to actually come back to you. Any question?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
now
Ali is back.
Yeah.
Great.
Now I share the screen. Okay, you already can see the screen.
Yes.
Bapak Ibu sudah lihat ya di screen layar. Jadi ini adalah proposal kita ke PT Oppo Indonesia. Jadi PT Oppo Indonesia basically itu adalah sebuah warehouse. Jadi ada beberapa skenario safety yang kita buatkan untuk PT Oppo Indonesia. Jadi singkatnya, nah ini adalah merupakan denah layout dari PT Oppo Indonesia yang lokasinya ada di Tangerang. Jadi mereka memberikan denah layout ini kalau kita zoom sebentar seperti ini. Jadi ada docking stations dan warehouse mereka. Jadi dari warehouse ini mereka ingin lihat bagaimana konsep proposal untuk safety skenario yang disediakan oleh Syspex. Jadi kalau kita masuk ke skenario plan pertama, jadi untuk melakukan satu apa maksudnya proposal untuk safety di sebuah tempat atau di sebuah lokasi atau di satu pabrik itu biasanya kita membutuhkan namanya skenario. Skenario ini sangat penting karena skenario itu untuk pertama bahwa kita berpikir bagaimana memberikan peringatan, kita berpikir bagaimana untuk memberikan satu batasan, dan kita berpikir untuk memberikan prosedur. dan kita melakukan juga equipment replacement apabila equipment itu tidak memberikan nilai tambah untuk safety. Jadi skenario pertama singkatnya adalah forklift diberikan proxy alert, ya kalau istilah kita itu proxy alert dipasang di forklift, dan di tiap-tiap titik blind spot atau misalnya di tiap aisle gangway untuk racking itu diberikan kubu proyektor. Jadi skenario ini untuk aplikasi di Oppo warehouse itu membutuhkan misalnya kubu 10 unit dan lain-lain. Bahkan kita pasangkan juga untuk skenario diberikan 360 kamera untuk forklift, supaya operator bisa aware apabila ada orang mendekat di forklift dengan jarak tertentu. Nah, terus selanjutnya itu adalah skenario yang kedua. Skenario kedua yaitu untuk warehouse itu apabila kita ingin lebih advance bahwa setiap orang yang masuk ke dalam warehouse itu menggunakan proxy alert tag. Jadi ini memberikan advance protections. Jadi masing-masing operator atau personel yang masuk ke dalam warehouse akan mendapatkan peringatan dari getaran atau vibrations atau suara dari teks tersebut. Jadi tag tersebut skenarionya waktu kita tawarkan ke Oppo, kita propose ke Oppo itu taruh di helm. Karena apa? Karena di Oppo waktu masuk ke warehouse dia harus pakai helm. Nah, jadi akan tercapai bahwa kemungkinan dia nggak pakai helm kecil. Dan ketika dia pakai helm, helm itu memberikan peringatan dini terhadap bahaya. Nah, itu. Terus ini beberapa spek produk safety yang kita propose. Ini mungkin saya skip lebih cepat saja. Jadi intinya, atau ini saya berikan sampel video. Maaf, ini enggak ada. Nah, ini beberapa spek yang kita berikan, tapi ini saya skip cepat saja ya, soalnya waktunya mungkin sudah nah itu. Ini saya juga skip untuk masalah price karena
Ya, Pak.
untuk Oppo. Jadi untuk warehouse ada skenarionya. Tapi berikan kesempatan visit atau berikan layout plan dari warehouse atau factory, kita buatkan skenario tersebut. Jadi seperti itu. Oke. I
Terima kasih,
think that's
Pak.
all. Ya.
Ya, saya harap
I think one last question.
ya, ada lagi satu pertanyaan yang terakhir itu dari Pak Muhammad Izulhad. Itu how to apply the principle of hierarchical control in managing occupational. Ini Sean akan
Okay, so I think based on the hierarchy control itself, I assume most of the construction worker or even warehouse, they will definitely have their PPE. Am I right to say that?
ya.
I think for using the hierarchy control measure itself, right, we are actually now in the situation of using engineering control. So sharing with
Pak Muhammad.
Muhammad itself, right? Basically, this engineering control is actually much more on install onto equipment or even some of the area surrounding you. It's not really like a PPE that today's I want to actually go into a site. I need to wear a glass. So the company will give you a goggle to wear. No, we are actually coming into using engineering control, like for example, deep vision, a camera to actually shoot at you that sharing it. Hey, today you never wear a goggle.
Goggle.
Yeah. So this is actually also to give an awareness of the safety. So it applies on also need to actually educate workers. I think the last question was just I was sharing how would I ensure that all workers understand and comply with the established safety procedure. These definitely will need to have from the management or the companies point of view and also the top-down management to actually share with them. So apart what we come in, we can only share with you guys like using engineering control to do that. Yeah.
P50 Vision is will help the
Yes.
K3 or K3 is their safety officer.
I see. Yeah, I think this is to actually answer Pak Muhammad.
Ya, I hope jawaban tadi dari Sean bisa balas kepada pertanyaan Pak Muhammad ya.
Yep. So I think it comes to our end of our webinar. I think really thank you for attending. Also thank you Pak Ali from Indonesia for supporting. Yep. I pass it to Benjamin.
Ya, so terima kasih semua bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu, Pak Adi, Sean, ya, Bu Felis, Pak Kevin dari Syspex, ya, semuanya untuk supporting kita. Ya, sebelum kita akhirkan, set yang kita akan berikan, Bapak-bapak dan Ibu-ibu, tolong ya scan untuk namanya dan perusahaannya. Kalau nggak ada perusahaannya, namanya yang penuh, ya. Jadi kita bisa berikan sertifikat participation ya nanti,
Okay.
ya. Kalau nggak ada pertanyaan atau apa-apa, kita akan akhirin di sini aja. Ada pertanyaan terakhir?
If no, probably we will end the session.
Iya,
Thank you.
kita akhirkan sekarang ya webinar ya. Terima kasih semuanya.
Still have one question, sorry.
Oh yes, oke. Pertanyaan, what question is that?
The Chinese one. For the Chinese version, yes, it can be done. 可以提高生产部的效率. So probably you can actually also check with Benjamin we can actually also address and also look into it.
Ya, terakhir lagi kalau ada pertanyaan, oh ya, kalau ada pertanyaan apa-apa dan Syspex juga invite ya bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu dan perusahaannya untuk visit ke Syspex Learning Center ya di Johor atau di Jakarta dan Singapura juga ada. Ya. Harap kita akan temu sebentar nanti ya. Semuanya terima kasih.
Thank you.
Ya. Terima kasih semua.
Thank you all. Thank you for attending.
Oke.
Thank
Thank
you.
Pak Adi.
Thank you, sir.
Keep moving.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih semuanya.